How can you buy a rental property with your 401k? That's today's video. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, I'm Clayton Morris. I'm the founder of Morris Invest, a turnkey rental provider, and I'm a longtime real estate investor. And I've done hundreds of rehabs and I own many properties. So today I want to talk about how to buy a rental property using your 401k. Now, I said at the top that I own many rental properties, and guess what? I buy many rental properties using my 401k. Well, how in the world do you do that? Well, it's a killer strategy, and you may hear from people in the Dave Ramsey world and others who say, never touch your 401k, never use your 401k for anything. Well, I totally disagree with that, because it's your money sitting there in a fund that your employer had selected, and it's your money. And for the most part, given the stock market craziness, I'd much rather be buying real estate with it than sitting there at the whims of the market where it's going up and down and all over the place. Get me a real cash flowing asset any day of the week in a rental property. I'll take that 9 times out of 10. Actually, no, I'll take that 10 times out of 10. So how do you do it? How does it work? Well, anytime anyone says, use your 401k, alarm bells go off and people get all freaked out. What? I'm going to use my 401k, but that's sacred to me. Well, here's the difference. We are not withdrawing from your 401k. When you withdraw from your 401k, you can do that during a hardship, right? Like perhaps a death in the family or foreclosure you're facing. You can actually do a withdrawal from your 401k, and then you're taxed on that money. That's not what we're talking about here. You can also do that when you turn like 59 and a half. You can withdraw your money from your 401k and start using it and paying taxes on it as well. Again, not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is borrowing from your 401k. How can I borrow from my 401k? Well, I've been beating this drum so much on my podcast. By the way, the link, if you want to listen to my podcast, it's a weekly podcast. It's in the show description below. It's called Investing in Real Estate. I talk about this with a lot of experts who actually help you construct these plans, so you should go ahead and listen to that. We're talking about borrowing from your 401k, and most of your 401k providers, or I think all of them, frankly, will let you borrow, and then you pay it back. And what's great about this strategy is, number one, it's your money, okay? So you're not borrowing it from a bank. You're not borrowing it from Wells Fargo or some other source. You're borrowing it from the bank of you, which is great. Secondly, you have to pay interest on that money. But guess what? Because it's mortgage interest, you get to write off the interest that you're paying yourself. So it's twofold. Not only are you borrowing the money from yourself, you also then get to write off the interest that you're paying back on that loan to yourself. It's your own interest. So at the end of the year on taxes, you get to do that. It's a double whammy. I actually kind of think of it as a triple whammy, because you know what? At the end of the day, you're also getting to buy a rental property with that money. I do it every year, and many of our investors who purchase properties through us at Morris Invest also use their 401k to purchase rental properties. So how does it work? Well, it's very simple. In fact, my mother-in-law recently did it, and she was shocked at how simple it was. So for instance, I use a company like Fidelity. That's who runs my 401k. You simply go to the website, you click on the Borrow tab, and then from there, you click on how much you want to withdraw or how much you want to borrow. And it literally will move it right into your account with like a day or two. It's that simple. It's your money. And it's transferred very quickly. Again, my mother-in-law said, I can't believe how easy this was. It really is. Well, then what happens is you pay it back out of your payroll. So every time your paycheck comes, you're going to notice that there's a 401k loan, and that will pay back to your payroll department out of your weekly or bi-weekly check that you receive from your employer. The other thing that of course you'll want to do is pick how long it takes you to pay it back. So most 401k providers will give you 12 months, 24 months, or etc. So you pick the time frame on how quickly you want to pay back your 401k loan. You don't have to pay it back quickly if you don't want to. You can stretch it out into a couple of years typically. And then once it's paid back, once you've paid back that full amount, boom, you can rinse and repeat, and then you can do it again. Now, most 401k providers have different limits on how much they'll let you withdraw. For me, they let me withdraw $50,000. $50,000 is the most that I can withdraw, which is fine because the houses that I like to buy are in the $40,000 range. So I can withdraw that amount, and then once I pay it back in a year or two, I rinse and repeat and I borrow it once again and buy another rental property. So it's a killer way for you to kickstart your real estate investing. Most people don't even know that they can borrow from their 401k without penalty. Again, there is no penalty doing it this way. It's your money sitting there. Why not leverage it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Have you ever purchased a real estate property using your 401k? I'd love to hear about it. You can do so in the comment thread below. You can also subscribe to the channel, because right here is the big red subscribe button. Click on that. We have videos that we publish multiple times a week all about real estate investing, helping you become a better real estate investor and learning how to create positive passive income in your life. Go out there, take action, and become a real estate investor. We'll see you next time, everyone.